probably don't get started to 3 o'clock.
Yeah. There's a truck, right? Was that truck always
Yeah,
there?
that was there.
Oh.
I guess put it in the stadium because,
Yeah.
like I say, it's almost 2:30.
Alright.
And I can't be late for...
I wanted to show this church because this church is so beautiful. I'm here for a baby shower, apparently. And we were in the wrong place. So this is the other side, the other part. Oh, that's Jesus. This is a white church, so that's why it's so nice. I was like, is this a black church or a white church? Oh, this is a white church. Yes, ma'am. This is why it's so nice. Makes me want to go here. Shoot. My church is full of a bunch of stingy, standoffish people. Let's see. Well, that's locked. Don't make me come way up here and it's locked. I didn't feel like doing all this walking. Let's go somewhere else. Dude. And I'm already pissed off because we got somewhere else we have to be. But like I said, this is a really nice place. Looks new. Did I hear something? It looks nice here. Locked. Okay, let's try the other side. It really makes you mad because there is anybody. I'm mad. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this over here. We could try. And then my mom was blaming me about stuff. Don't be coming for me. Don't. When you got me, ain't nothing open. But I wanted to show you. I bet you didn't bring my you didn't get my purse. That's okay. Hey guys, I have this fan right here because I'm really hot. And I'm also sitting in the office because I want to make sure that my mom, she dropped me off. Let me just tell you the story because my mom is mad at me, but I really don't give a damn right now because she's not necessarily in the right. So today's Saturday. We were supposed to go to training for our stadium job. We have another training. Adam, give mommy some space, okay? Okay. Bye-bye. So, we have the training. So, she wanted me to go to her coworker's baby shower first. And she's like, she calls her work daughter. It's funny because she actually looks just like me. Like, we both look very similar. But she's mixed. And she, her name is Tatiana. So, her name is very similar to mine. It was already tension getting to the baby shower because the baby shower starts at 2 o'clock. and we got there at like 1:40, and I could already tell you, like, there's no need in being like super early. But she was like, we're only gonna be there for like 30 minutes because we have to go straight to, you know, our stadium job because we have training for that. So I'm even thinking about, yeah, I actually was expecting to get some money today because that was gonna be on the clock, and I'm not even gonna get paid. So I'm still out of money. But she's mad at me because, you know, she's driving and then she had me do the navigation system, and I'm just like, I'm just following what the navigation system says. I'm not exactly sure why you're mad at me. Like, so we get there, and like I said, nobody's there. There's these big churches. I think I showed you guys in the video. Very beautiful, I must say. You guys know I love beautiful places. I love beautiful things. I love beautiful everything. I just love beautiful things. So the churches are extremely beautiful. Probably the most beautiful church I've ever seen. And it's a couple of buildings, like big, huge buildings. They even have a sports building in the back. They have a youth building. They have this, they have that. And then they have a main building, whatever. There's just all these big buildings. And we were just sitting there for like 30 minutes. You know, like nobody's there. Like, what's up? So then we're about to leave because she's mad at me. And I'm like thinking in my mind, this is not my coworker. This is not my... They should specify in the invitation, you know, how to get to the building, which building. They just said upstairs in the youth building. How are we supposed to know which one is the youth building? I keep going up to buildings, the doors are locked. I'm just like not understanding. And they should have specified, had some decoration, had some balloons, had something to determine, like. So we're just like, so we were about to leave until we finally saw them on the side. We saw them on the side, and even then, I still went up the wrong set of stairs. There were two sets of stairs. I went up the second set of stairs, and even then, it still wasn't the correct entrance. So I still don't know where was the correct entrance. I still don't know, because the doors were locked when we got there originally. So I'm just kind of I had to knock on the door for someone to let me in, because otherwise... So I was already kind of mad, and they're just like, oh, so why didn't you call? And we're like, we did call. Nobody answered. Oh, I'm sorry, my phone was... And I really didn't want to go off on anybody, and I'm not the type of person to do that. You guys probably, if anything, I'm more of a pushover, but I'm becoming more of a B word as I'm getting older, to be honest with you, because I'm just tired of being a pushover. You know what I'm saying? You get tired of being a pushover, and you just turn into a full-on bitch. And it's just like, I didn't want to do that, so I fixed my plate. We only had enough time to just fix a plate and just leave, you know. And my mom's doing the most for this girl, giving her my old bassinet from one of my from a woman, well, that I got from Remy. Okay, I apologize because my phone is glitching and my phone is just weird, and I hope that I have enough space on my phone to even film this in the first place. But so yeah, I'm not the type of person to go off on people at all, but I felt myself wanting to do that, and I was like, this is this woman's baby shower, let me just fix me a plate and just be quiet. And I'm really just wanting to go off on my mom more than anybody, to be honest with you, because my mom keeps blaming me for things, doesn't take accountability or responsibility for anything that she's doing. She's just always right, and I'm always wrong. Like, I'm always wrong. I'm always the blame. You know, I got us there. We got there. Like, I didn't drive, but, you know, I did the navigation system. It got us there. What more do you want me to do? You're just useless. You're just sitting. You told me to get out and check the doors. I checked the doors. I did everything I know to do. You're not looking. And it's just like, I was really getting so angry because I'm like, you're not just going to push me around like I'm a little kid, bro. My mom is extremely controlling. And another thing I want to get into this in a minute. But so we left and we go to the stadium, and she's still making these side comments like, oh, I gotta do everything and da 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 da. Just because it told you to make a left at the stoplight and you almost missed the stoplight, that's my fault, and you gotta do everything. Like, what is the problem here? What is wrong with you driving and looking at the directions? Both of us looking. Every time, this isn't just now, but every time she's driving, which she's always driving. If there's ever an occasion, she's driving. She just always drives. No one is allowed to ever drive. She's always the default driver, okay? And when she drives and we go somewhere that we're not familiar, I gotta do the navigation. I have to every time. I do, you know. But she's always mad at me doing the navigation. You're not looking enough, and I better not. So I have to be, not only is this thing talking, but I have to also give her that reassurance. You're gonna make a left here. You're gonna take this exit. You're gonna do this and do that, because that's just how it is with her. You know, that's just how it is. Now, if I was driving, I would drive and do the navigation. You know, suddenly if I was driving, all the heavy would be on me, but that's just what it is because you drive. I mean, what's the problem with that in the first place? It wouldn't be an issue to me if I was driving and doing the navigation, because I do that anyway, but maybe I'm just more tech savvy. I mean, anybody I know that does stuff like that, they drive and do the navigation. They either connect it to their car or they just kind of have the phone going and they just kind of look that way. I mean, it's really not that hard to do it, but I don't have a problem being the co-pilot and helping you get there. I always do. But I do have a problem when you're making a problem out of nothing and you're blaming me and saying that I'm not doing enough. I'm doing whatever this navigation is telling me to do. I'm unfamiliar with this area too, so I don't know as much as you don't know. I'm just going off, well, I don't know 3 steps ahead. I just know what she's telling me to do now. Like, it's just stuff like that. And this happens a lot, like all the time. So we get to the stadium, and only to realize that we were supposed to be there at 2 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock. And so even when it comes to that, so she just like stormed out, and like, we didn't talk the whole way here, right? Get away from me, dog. We didn't talk the whole way home. And I know she was mad as hell, but I knew she couldn't just yell at me about it, because I feel like, because she was, well, of course I have to do everything because nobody was gonna check that but me. Here's the thing. Here's the situation with that. Nobody texted or emailed me nothing. I knew that the training was today, I guess. Really, mom, once again, she's always in control. So she was like, we have training on Saturday. She kept saying that. So I'm like, we have training on Saturday. Our manager, which I'm not going to say his name, but our manager did send us an email. But the email he sent us said, oh, you know, the system is going to be down for the next couple of hours, or it could even be down for the weekend, so you're not going to be able to use the website. Sorry. That's all he said. Now, normally, if we're scheduled something, if we're scheduled for anything, normally you get 3 emails. You get like so many emails from him, you know, usually. Now, I don't know if this had to do with I don't know if that had to do with anything, to be honest with you, with the system being down, with him not contacting us, because usually he's contacting us and I'm annoyed. I'm like, why are you sending me this many emails, my guy? Like, it's cool. Like, I get it, you know, but somehow today we didn't get any emails about the training today. So we assumed it was at 3 o'clock. The original email said 3 o'clock, which is weird. The original email back a month ago showed all the sign up times, and it was like, and it showed 2 o'clock in the original email. No, it showed 3 o'clock in the original email. So that's another reason how a person could probably get tied up, I guess. I had to go to the website, so apparently the website was up and the website said 2 o'clock. So, and then the man was just, there was another man, he was just like, you know, I'm getting word that they're just telling you to reschedule it. So of course my mom was just pissed off. And then, you know, we drove home and didn't speak the whole time. And then she dropped me off and she was just like, get out the car. And I was like, bet. And she was like, just, she always does this thing where she like threatens to kick me out the house. Like, so even though I know she's not going to, but it's just like, yeah. And a few things that I want to say about this situation is just like, I can understand when I do something wrong. I really can. I don't know what I did wrong this time. The only thing I might could say is, okay, maybe I could have double checked the website. And that's what I coulda, shoulda, woulda did. But I do realize that a lot of things I just let my mom take the lead, because that's what she does anyway. And she said it started at 3, so she had everything planned, right? And I was just kind of going along with things, and that's just how it is. This is how you raised me to be. You raised me being a controlling parent. And even when she was married, she was always wore the pants in the marriage. She always just was the head of the house. Even when there is a man involved, she needs to be with a man that she can kind of be the lead and the head. You know what I'm saying? I'm nothing like that at all. I'm way more just chill. Like, I don't want to say what I really want to say, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm just way more laid back about that. I don't like being the lead unless I have to. And if I'm going to be the lead, I'm going to be single, basically. I'm not going to be in a whole relationship or a marriage. She literally calls herself an alpha female. She's a self-proclaimed alpha female. She says that about herself, so that's literally what she calls herself. So she says she's an alpha female. I'm not anything like that, but I can be. Like, I can hold my own. I can be, you know, blah blah blah, but I don't want to be, right? A lot of us women, like, sure, we like to be quote unquote independent, but don't want to be. And she claims that sometimes she claims she doesn't like it at times. She claims that all the burden is on her, all the heavy is on her, even with me. I wish I had more help and blah 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 blah. But it's like, you're constantly downplaying me, and you're always like taking the lead and taking control. So there ain't no way I could ever have a chance to do that. And especially me being your daughter, you raised me to, you know what I'm saying? So you think you're raising me to be a strong, independent woman, but in reality, you're raising me to be the opposite. Because, like, how am I supposed to be a strong, independent person when you never teach me to do that? The only thing you teach me to do is you constantly, like, control me. You constantly, like, treat me like a kid. How is somebody ever supposed to feel strong and independent when someone is constantly being controlled and treated like a child and can never make their own decisions properly? You know? So once again, I raised you to be a strong, independent woman. No, you really didn't. But I can never tell her this. I can never tell her anything, because it's always an issue, and it's always like, it's just always an issue. So, and even with independence, like, you guys may know with this channel is my journey of independence. Every day is me taking a step towards independence. I finally opened my eyes and just, which I've been trying all my 20 years to be independent and to get on my own and all this. And I've had a lot of failure in my life. I've had a lot of setbacks in my life and a lot of failure. And I have constantly had to change plans and take new paths. So I'm taking a new path. And this new path is to work 3 jobs and have 2 side hustles. And I don't know if I released the video yesterday about my situation with my job. So I just now got 2 jobs. A full-time work from home job and a part-time work from home job. And I also work at the stadium. The stadium to me doesn't even feel like a job because we don't even pull in enough hours. It feels more so like a side hustle, but it is an actual like W-2 job, you know. But you just make your own schedule and you put whatever hours you want to work. So we hardly work any hours doing that. And I'm reliant on my mom because it's like an hour away and I can't get there myself. Like, sure, I could pay an Uber, but one thing is I don't have the money for an Uber today, right now. Second of all, by the time you pay for an Uber an hour away, and we don't get paid very much there, you can Uber there and an Uber back. That's your whole paycheck anyway, so it doesn't make sense to do that. I can't carpool because I don't know anybody there good enough like that, you know. So ultimately I just kind of go when my mom goes. So I decided I'm just going to get 2 other jobs. Well, my 2 other jobs basically is taking forever for me to start. They're just taking their precious little time. They send me an email here and an email there. Can you do this? You do. I did. Well, my full-time job, I recently did a drug test and I recently filled out my direct deposit information. I know they need to send me equipment. I think that's what I'm basically waiting for. I'm waiting for them to send me equipment because otherwise I really don't know. It's just, you know, I think that when I get my equipment, I'll be able to start a training class and then I'll finally start making some money. My part-time job, I think I'm about to start it, actually. I think I'm actually about to start that. So I want to work. I'm trying to work because I'm trying to get a car and then I'm trying to move out. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as I have some real paychecks, that's why I'm trying to make more money. That's why I'm trying to have all these jobs. Because I'm trying to make more money so I can get up on out of here. Because I don't like this whole controlling thing. I don't like this whole, you know, I just don't like being in this box. I don't like being controlled. I don't like this dynamic. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so incredibly tired of the dynamic between me and my mom. And even sometimes my grandma. Now, my grandma, things have chilled down a lot because I've stepped back and she has stepped back as well. And I know she's kind of like right there, so I don't want to speak too much, but you know. But everybody, I'm trying to be on a journey where it's just me and my kids, not even my baby daddy, because he want to claim that he wants to marry me and do all this and all that. And even when it comes to him, there's so many, why would I want to marry? I want to make sure she ain't coming, bro. I don't know. Why would I want to marry someone that never takes me anywhere, never takes me out on a date? Nothing. Never buys me flowers for Valentine's Day, like all of this and all of that. Ultimately, Renee sees that I'm trying to get my life together. And once my life is got together, I know he's going to want to really come back in my life. We're in each other's lives. Don't get me wrong. We're in each other's lives. We're co-parenting, but at the same time, like, I don't even know, like, at the same time, it's just not it, I guess. So, yeah. I just want to be independent. I just want to be working and making money and have my own car and have my own place. I'm just completely surrendered. I used to be self-employed and stuff, and it's just not enough money. The money is inconsistent and it's not enough. So it's time for me to just go into the workforce and to just get as many jobs as I can. And I've seen people do work from home jobs, do 2, 3, 4 work from home jobs. I've seen as most as 5. And I've heard about someone having even more than that. But I've seen someone have 5 work from home jobs and they work about 24 hours a day. And literally their overnight job, they be sleeping on the clock, but they wake up when the call comes in. And it's just like, sometimes this hustle is just that crucial. I don't want to do that, but I can understand it. And she made enough money in a year to buy a house. So I can understand the hustle. And it's sad that we live in a world where we have to do things like this to even possibly get a house. you know. And sure, maybe not everybody. Some people have 6-figure jobs. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about the people who are doing well in life. Congratulations. It must be nice. Really. Because some of us, most of us, it's tough. It's very, very tough. And I'm tired. Like, I refuse to live at my parents' house past the age of 30. Really, at the age of 30. By 30, I'm out of here. And I'm currently 28. So that's why I'm really trying to do everything I can in these next 2 years, because I'm not going to be turning 30 in my parents' house. And that's a statement. That's not a question. That's not a I don't know. That's not a maybe or any. That's a statement. I will be moving out before I turn 30 because that is my goals, and this is the path I'm trying to take to get there. Work 2 jobs and 3 side hustles. Things have never worked out for me in my favor, even with trying. So I'm hoping that this works, because nothing ever really works for me, and this is why I'm still here. You may wonder, why am I still here at 28? Because nothing works for me. Trust me, I've tried so many things, and I've done so many things. I've done almost everything besides go to college, or besides get a trade. I've thought about going to school to be a nurse. I think for me, going to school to be a nurse is my last resort, because I don't have any interest in being a nurse. I don't have any interest in any of that. And I know college isn't necessarily for me, because honestly, I would be one of those people that would get a degree and suddenly has all this. So I had to free up space on my phone, but it's not that it really matters. Like, this thing is broke. I need a new tripod, but I can't even focus on that right now. Man, what in the world? This thing is so, I mean, it was cheap to begin with. I will admit, it was cheap. I thought it would last pretty decently, but I was just kind of explaining that I'm at least glad that I don't have student loan debt, because I would even more so be, I don't have any real debt. I don't have any credit card debt either. The only debt I have is just like anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. Now, even that is bad, but a lot of that was like stuff like past collections that never got paid on certain things, like a phone bill that never got paid and gained in some interest, and then some other stuff. And that was back when I was literally like probably 22 or something. And then my tickets that turn into warrants that I have to pay. So that is also, but once that's manageable, you know, when I start making some better money, and I can deal with that. And once it's gone, once all that is cleared, I won't have to deal with that ever again. That is just, but the moral of the story is things just always fail to work out for me, and that's why I'm really hoping and praying that these jobs, even though they're finalized, I have been officially hired for both of my jobs, but they're still taking their time to start. And I know for Remy in particular, he's starting school soon. Actually, Adam might be starting school soon too. So there's just a lot of things that I'm having to think about and consider, and I would have liked to be able to start making money sooner than later, so I can go ahead and, you know, get some money going so that I can have some money to get Remy some stuff for back to school. But I know that my mom is gonna help, and his dad is gonna help and stuff like that. It's just that I know what I wanted to do, and I wanted to get some stuff, but it's still, I knew that he probably is gonna start school before I am able to do that, but whenever I can, that's gonna be one of my first paychecks. One of my second paychecks, unfortunately, might have to be to get a new phone. I'm gonna see how far I can go with this phone. I think my grandma's calling me, but yeah.